Hey, how's it going everyone? Today we are going to be talking about more Starfield glitches, brand new ones that you can do. And I know, I said it would be the last ones from the previous video. I said I'm done, I'm just going to go on and start recording different glitches. But no, I actually have some really cool things to show you. What we're going to be doing here is, yes, we're going to be duplicating the ship. That's not new. What is we're going to be able to ride around in an invisible ship. How do you do this? Well, you duplicate the ship by hitting LB and X at the same time. This is going to then replace whatever ship you have on the left or right side. Be cautious of that because you do not want to replace a ship that you've worked hard on. And then if you swap between the duplicated ship and then back towards the original one, if done correctly, if done fast enough, you will then receive an invisible ship. What's so special about an invisible ship? Well, let me tell you, it's pretty hard for any of the other ships to hit you, especially if there's nothing to hit. And what's interesting the most is I'm going to show you a great example of this once I'm here at Jemison. And now that I'm here, I'm going to shoot some random folks, but I also want to show you some of the things that's going on here. For example, that invisibility. Let me then show you this in third person. The ship is definitely invisible, and when any of these enemies or the UC ships or whoever it may be tries to attack you, it's not going to be as effective as it would have been if you had a full visible ship. This is definitely a cool one, and all credit to all you Raiden over at the Discord. I guess this fella had accidentally had his glitch stolen, so I guess these things happen, but thank you, man, for sharing this with the channel over there on the Discord. And if anybody would like to check out the Discord, you can definitely join. There's a few things to note that it can be quite buggy in terms of things like this. And if you do attempt to do this over at Jemison, it might just bug it out completely. Specifically at Atlantic City, you probably do not want to do that. Moving on, we're going to talk about an infinite fiber glitch. This can be done by heading over towards a outpost development here. And what we're going to be doing is learning about the domestication, or if you have horticulture, you can actually use that instead. But I'm going to be showing you both examples here, but primarily I'm going to be showing you how to do this with the domestication. Now note that this glitch can be done with both the horticulture and the domestication. It does not matter. I just want to let you guys know ahead of time there, so that you kind of understand what works and what does not, but both of them will work. Next, we want to locate a planet that has some fiber, has some wildlife, and this of course will allow us to craft down certain things. But most importantly, the reason why you do scan is so that you can obviously have that builder's menu when you do open up the builder option there. So what we're going to do here at the outpost is I'm going to then create one, exit outside of it, scan a few things, and once I've done that, I can then head back towards the outpost and then look towards the builder tab here. And we're going to look for the builders, and you have your two options, animal husbandry, and then we have the greenhouse. Now, when it comes down to both of these options, we are going to set it up the exact same way, which means we will need some sort of water source. You can use something like the extractor, water vapor. Next, we are going to need some power, which can be found over towards the power option here. We can place down a bunch of wind turbines. And last but not least, we do need a storage for both solid and liquid. You will need to connect all of these together, which is quite simple. Although I have to say I do not like the wiring method because you do have to hold down the button in order to connect a bunch of wires, which honestly is quite annoying. But really what we're going to be doing here is just connecting everything. And that means the generators towards the greenhouse, the box or the storage I should say will be connected to the greenhouse, as well as our water power. So everything is going to be connected all together so that we can then power up everything. You are going to do the same exact way if you are using something like the domestication. Overall, this is pretty much the setup. Now, you do not see the liquid storage, so I actually had to add that later on because I totally forgot about it. But once you do have it connected like so, you should be good to go, and there's not going to be a single worry there. and you do not need to connect it towards anything else. Next, we need to go towards the storage and we need to throw in some water. Of course, we do have the water vapor extractor, which is how we are able to grab some water. Now, for the animal husbandry, it's going to be connected the same exact way as I just mentioned. The two boxes, I do have them connected together or next to each other, and they're connected to the husbandry. And I'm also going to be grabbing some of that wind turbine power and connecting it over here. When we go towards the right side, you're going to see that we have a few options: fiber, nutrient, sealant, and solvent. What we're going to be using is the fiber. Then from there, we're going to go over towards the left side and make sure that we do have the water available. Now you might be wondering where is the glitch? This is where we get into it. So what we need to do is locate a leaf, which can be found over here towards Jemison. What we need to look for is going to be a leaf fiber. This plant, for some odd reason, is completely bugged, because once you're over here at Jemison and you have located a fiber leaf, what you can do is then locate the section here where it says fiber and water. You can tell that I have one water in the other one, and then I have some fiber that I'm going to be throwing into the solid bin right here. So I'm going to go towards the bottom here, swap over towards my inventory, and then only throw in 2 of the fiber leaf. Do not throw in any more than just that. Leave it with just 2. And if you do have more water, feel free to throw it into the liquid storage bin, and that will help out for sure, because we're going to need to rest. As you can tell, I need to then throw in some more water, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to head over here towards the water vapor, grab some of that, go back towards the liquid storage, throw it in there, and then rest at the chair there for about 12 hours. I do end up resting for 24 something hours like that, which is not needed at all, especially with this domestication. It can only develop or produce 8 at a time from what I've noticed. So we're going to go over here and I'm going to show you what is in here. So there's 2 fiber, and we go over here, we see the 22 towards the water and 2 for the fiber. What I'll do now is, again, I'm going to go over here, rest it, and then head over back towards the same exact area. You're going to see some of the water has been depleted, but not the fiber. This is good. This means the glitch does work. We're going to go over here towards the left side. The fiber is 8, and you can tell fiber 2, water 8. We have the same exact fiber that we just started off with, and I'm going to rest again for 12 hours, go back to the same exact spot, and you're going to see that the fiber is going to be produced again. Make sure that you do grab it before you do rest, because it will not produce any more than just 8. And you can see the fibers there, but now I've ran out of water. So that's pretty much it. And another thing that I would like to throw into this video, because I thought that it was quite interesting, if you do want to smuggle in some Aurora, it is easy. There's something funny about this, because I saw a video where someone actually used a parkour method to get all the way up there to then, smuggle some of this Aurora. If you guys did not know, if you try to go through the front entrance with it, you're going to get caught. So lots of people have been trying to figure out different ways to get past this, which this method is just funny to me because you do not need to do it, and I'll show you why. But for video purposes, if you want to do this for style points or because you feel like a crazy parkour maniac, then definitely try this out. But really what I've seen is some people have been using this where they hop towards this right side. And then if you locate this middle section here in the distance, the red sort of cylinder, we're going to jump all the way up there. Now this right here is not solid, so you will need to use this side here so that you can then jump up more using your jetpack. Eventually you will reach the top here. This will allow you to then get into Neon easily without really going towards the front entrance. So why would you want to do this instead of the elevator method? I honestly have no idea why you would want to do this. But that's really what's going on here, is I saw someone actually use this method instead of using the elevator. So I highly recommend that you just drop down below, use the elevator. This will then take you up here. But for video purposes, I'm showing you that I'm going down. So right here, you would want to jump down here, then go towards this section right here. go towards the elevator. It's going to lift you all the way up, and then you can go into Neon and trade all that Aurora at the Trade Authority and all that good stuff. So yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. If you've been using the parkour method, do not do that. Just take the elevator, which is down below, and you can take it all the way up. Thank you guys for just supporting the channel so much. If you have any questions, comment down below. Appreciate it so much. See you all in the next one.